More seconds, like 10 seconds. All right, it's rolling.
All right, first off, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai for giving us the spirit to do this video. Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai for giving us the truthless worms. Double honors to our apostle and elder, that great millstone. And salutation and blessings to the whole elect. This is going to be, Friday lesson going into news and prophecies, things happening in the world. As you can see, a lot of prophecies and a lot of movement is going on in the spirit with that they're using this Kendrick and Drake to distract everybody, but really in the background they got this Shalom Act going on where you can't speak against the Jays. You got, like the brothers mentioned before, the things happening in Colombia, how people woke up and their money is gone. You got World War III on the rise because that still hasn't stopped. All these prophecies and all these things that will lead up to the end of this society are happening in the back burner while people are worried about some niggas rap beat. So it shows that Esau has a lot of moving pieces going on. Also over there in Israel, they talking about red heifers and rebuilding the third temple. You have a lot of moving pieces happening right now, and it's you see it moving towards an NWO and how they're going to get the ball rolling. It's been rolling, but they moving towards it. But start with that, Bob Shot, and that little bit of article.
This is from WITN News. It says North Carolina House passes Shalom Act. Bill aims to officially define anti-Semitism.
Use different words.
Yeah.
Use cold words.
And the anti-manti.
Yeah,
Anti-manti.
Anti-manti. Use cold words.
A bill with the goal to officially define anti-manti and state law swiftly moved through North Carolina House on Wednesday. Supporters and critics are reacting to the recent campus protests over the Israel-Hamas war in the state and across the country.
Say hummus.
Which all of that is it's a hoax.
Yeah.
All of those people that are, the majority of them, I'll say, not all of them, but the majority of the people that are part of those protests that are happening on the campus,
Crisis action.
that's what you call controlled opposition. So as the brother mentioned, those are crisis actors. And as it states within the book of Isaiah, the 94th chapter, verse 20, they frame mischief by law. And if I could, I'd like to get that scripture in the NLT real fast. So this is Isaiah 94:20 in the NLT. Can unjust leaders claim that the Most High is on their side? Leaders who decrees permit injustice. Which maybe it was a GNT that I read it in. But however, they frame mischief by laws, okay? So they do particular acts like this so that they can pass laws.
And also it was dealing with Antiochus, but in Daniel's, I believe the 8th chapter, it says he should cause craft to prosper. Is that I'm in Daniel
8 and 25.
All right, got it right now. This is Daniel 8 and verse 25. And through his policies, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and peace and and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace he shall destroy many, and he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hands. And that's what Esau is doing once again. And the Heavenly Father is going to judge him. But it says that he shall cause craft to prosper through his policies and through peace, because so-called peace, he's going to destroy many. Because that's supposed to be the Shalom Act. It's supposed to be a peaceful way to stop you speaking against the Jays, but it's really leading to more control. And it's showing you who's really in power, who's really ruling this present world. Is them. And everybody's against them right now. So they have to make these acts and these laws to try to combat that. But just like it says, they'll be broken without hands. The Lord is going to deal with them. but you can see the world moving towards them. They're about to clinch this bitch down. They're about to lock it down, and not like the lockdown in 2020. They're about to bring full and utter control in this place through these laws, through these policies. They're deceiving people to say, "Oh, this is going to bring forth peace. This is going to bring forth great things," but really, it's just to put a clamp on the people. You got it, I know.
This is Jeremiah 6 and 14. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace. They think that this right here is going to solve their problems, but there is no peace going to be coming. You know, not for anybody.
Yeah, and I was dealing with Jake back then with the false prophets, and they were saying peace. That's why the true prophets now aren't telling people about peace. It's not about to be peaceful. With these laws, these jurisdiction, these guidelines they're putting into play, it is not about to be a peaceful world. It's about to be a world where your rights, your so-called God-given rights, are to be taken away from you and stripped. And that's what they're putting in. That's what they're putting in play. This is happening before everybody's eyes. While Jake is worried about the dumbest things, that you have niggas really sitting there breaking down lyrics, like you hear how he said
Yeah,
that.
you can't even break the Bible down.
Like,
you know?
just it's bugged out while they're literally plotting to destroy you. Biden, this is from separate from what you said, Shakun, but Biden is talking about allowing them immigrants over there that's being affected by the war over there in Gaza, Hamas, to come over here.
Mm-hmm.
And they already have the immigration problem with all the ones that's coming up. So that's just going to lead to more weaponized migration and lead to the collapse of this society. It's happening before everyone's eyes, but everyone's they're in the daze. They're just stuck in the Babylonian funk.
Precept.
Go ahead.
Okay. The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3 says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape."
Oh, it's because I was watching Yashwama's channel. He was bringing out a video or something with the money about how people were catching instant death syndrome from sniffing money. Because who would just no, they were licking $20 bills. They were licking during the the C thing, and they were like saying this is going to bring security and safety by getting rid of dollars, to get rid of the money currency, and they're putting that in their policies.
Yeah.
They're and they just saying motherfuckers is licking $20 bills and dropping dead.
Like what grown person is
Who's
gonna sit
doing
there
that,
and
bro?
actually, so they were pushing that during the lockdown. The money is filthy, that it can carry the Rona, and all of this is just part of their policy, to bring about a cashless society and tighter restrictions, on the people, and in order to have the liberty that they're going to allow people to have within their new world order, you're going to have to take the micro C hit, or you're going to have to take the brain C hit.
Howard, you can finish the point you're making.
Pretty much, land backing, because, as we can see, things are getting worse and worse by the day. Again, you got the immigrants, coming over here, again, they're pretty much getting people ready for, the C-hip. People are just gradually being led into, this thing, man. So, while our people is doing what they do best, partying and bullshitting, this man is getting ready to make his move. So,
I saw a video earlier today where this lady was saying that everybody that took the so-called Jagamuffin, they are no longer considered human. They are considered the new species called transhuman. You're no longer entitled to the rights of every natural human being. is entitled to.
Who called over?
Nabala.
Yeah.
I'll put it in group
Yeah,
when we done.
Go ahead, Nabala.
This is Isaiah 29, 21.
Speak up, brother.
Isaiah 29 and 21, it says that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reprove in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. And this land back over the brothers talking about with the Shalom Act they're basically pushing out here. You know, they're trying to make it where you can't really say nothing against those people over there in that land, and they're gonna get to the point where they don't want you speaking nothing at all considering us when it comes to the Bible, man, because we're out here speaking the truth, and it's sparking interest, and it's gaining momentum, okay, and it's all roads gonna lead back to showing who really the true chosen people of Yahweh Shem Yahushua are, who are the lies, who have been telling the lies this whole time. So they're trying to shut all that down, which is all through Yahweh Shem Yahushua, who's gonna bring in the famine of the word.
There's a scripture that says that a lying tongue hates them that are afflicted by it. You know, so he's coming up with all of these lies. You know, you're terrorists. Why? Because you're speaking out against oppression. You know, you're dangerous. Okay, because you're revealing that the things that a certain group of people is you know, orchestrated. What do they call that? Genocide, right? All right, all of the way that you're moving is against, you know, life. It's against all nations upon the planet, you know, and people are waking up to you. You know, so the prophets have been warning of this for a very long time, and on top of that, you know, revealing that you are not the chosen people as you have said that you are, but you're just using that as an opportunity to forge your wicked agenda upon the earth and to get away with doing it. You know, the book of Isaiah 32 and 6, it says, for the vile person will speak
So I
villainy,
just got there too.
and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and to cause the thirsty to fail. It says the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. So a wicked device will be this Shalom Act, and all of the other anti-Sem, or the, what would you say, the
Anti-Manti.
anti-Manti, you know, the anti-Manti, you know, laws that you're passing, you know, basically to condemn those that are coming up against you, when what they're speaking is right. You know, it's right.
Peace out.
Kamar said he had a precept, right?
Habakkuk 2 and 5.
Speak up.
Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and this is death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And the point I want to focus on is a part where it says he's his death. And Esau pushes all of his his machinations, if that's a right term to use.
Yeah.
It's something that's good, you know, going to, you know, providing peace, the money thing, how it's, you know, the germs on the money and whatnot. He puts all them as something as all of his creations as positive. But when you look into his track record, he has a track record of all of his everything he made as it brings death. You know, it brings the exact opposite of the shit, you know, the bullshit that he talks about. That was it.
Esau is a harbinger of death for a reason. That's why Revelation 6 it says that he was meant to take peace from the earth, because all he was created for was to bring forth evil. That's literally his MO. So anything you try to take from Esau Edom, and anything he says is 9 times out of 10, or really 10 out of 10, is a lie, because that's his MO. He's meant to destroy. He's not meant to bring life. He's not meant to bring peace. He's not meant to create life. He's meant to bring nothing but pure evil upon the planet Earth, because that's what the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, commissioned him to do. That's his commission. That's his job. So you jakes, even if your leader tells you to take something from Esau, you shouldn't take it. It's just that simple. Because when this seed rolls out, because that's what all this is really leading to, where your leader tell you to take it, you gonna take it, nigga? Yeah, go ahead. I know. Then I got something after you.
This is Psalms 55:20, he put forth his hands as such to be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant. His words are smoother than butter. But war is in his heart, and his words are softer than oil. Yet there was drawn swords. You want to say something, bro?
No, go ahead. I had that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because how many times the guy said that Esau speaks with a forked tongue? Every covenant that he made with them, he broken them. Esau did the same thing that they doing over there in Gaza. They moved the Gads from here to here to here to Gad is over in a little bitty space. You know, they doing the same thing that they did over here.
Which is an abomination. You know, it's evil in the eyes of the Lord. Basically you curse yourself when you remove the landmarks.
Go ahead, the wild. I forgot about you.
Revelation 12, verses 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Which is just to say that's the elect, because the elect are going to rejoice at the fall of this society.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knowingly that he hath but a short time.
He knows.
And this is a beautiful thing. All this is happening. I got looking more into it about what's going on in Cuba, because you know all the banks in Cuba, they just collapsed, and they bugging out like hell over there. I got to do some more homework on that. But yeah, this is the elect is gonna love this time of all these things are happening, because we know.
You know what's next.
Yes.
What's next is, after all this, is the kingdom. That's why the elect, it's going to be hard, but the Lord is going to be with us. That's what makes us different, because people of the world, they don't want none of this to happen. They don't want this stuff to be going on. They don't want shalom acts to be going on. They don't want wars to be going on, because they're peaceful and they're comfortable. And that's why they're going to take all this shit that's coming, because they want that security. They want that peace. So they're going to keep going after everything Esau says. They're going to keep doing it over and over and over again. And they're just going to be like, damn, I'm fucked. I didn't fuck myself. Go ahead, Gabar.
This is because what the brother's speaking on is just basically what these devils are. It's out of their control of what they're doing. It's but the men of the Lord know, they just on automatic devil pilot. There's no side to side is straight into wickedness.
All gas, no brakes.
All gas. There you go. That's the best way to put it. This is Daniel 12:10. It says, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And we understand why these things are going on, why they putting themselves into devil mode, why it's getting to the point where all these decrees, unrighteous decrees, are being set forth because of the way that they're designed. Like the potter, the Heavenly Father made these men. Hey, you can't be mad because the Heavenly Father got them this way, right? So all these acts that's being brought out, all right, to show you, it's about to get rough, all right, and it's for you, the ones who have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, to grab hold and understand what this is supposed to be. It's no time for lollygagging. This ain't the point. This ain't the time, all right? Because this is about to, one of these things, it just takes one little thing to shut down the banks. And when them banks get shut down, it gets chaos. Now what you going to accept? You guys want your cars still, right? Because it's going to be chaos at that first spin, right? You're going to probably try to calm it down, the men of the Lord, most likely it's not going to be in that society, man, all right?
They want to pay their car note.
They want to pay their car, exactly,
They hate it,
exactly,
but they want to do it because
exactly.
it's normal.
Right? They want to do it, and they want to keep those goodies that they have because the brother just go on about being comfortable, you know. And so this place is about to give them, you about to be forced. They're about to be forced into uncomfortable. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna make I don't know a word, uncomfortability. Right? You're gonna have to be if you're a man of the Lord. The wise gonna understand. The scriptures tell you that. You see in the world how it's being a domino effect. Right, your dough. Well, you know, they say that they go back to your old videos and things like that, and then you hear some people say it ain't. It's not a food. It wasn't in there. They can't do that, but that's in Canada. But these devils can bring their unrighteous decrees is really heavy. So that mean they can do anything they want. You know, they change shit. They change elections. Yeah.
Yeah.
They show you that in their little television show. One television show that show you that in Scandal. You know how they rigged a whole election.
Yeah.
You know, for a man to get for a president to get elected. Then they
Oh.
just showed you recently what Diddy. What we just did with, you know, Cassie all the way back in 2016, how they was able to pull up that whole video what he did. You know, and then right now with the whole AI, you know, how they can put a whole other person's body or face on somebody that's not even them and have them looking like they're doing something that they never done before.
And the AI is going to be programmed to target us. The AI is going to be it's a program that.
Yeah, they're gonna unleash it.
Yeah, they're gonna.
You know, to basically control.
Yeah.
You know, to control the central banks. You know, and all of that.
Because AI is a program. It's not. They can say it's just doing its own thing. It's not. There's somebody. There's a work master.
Yeah.
It's not doing its own thing. Somebody's in control of it.
Exactly.
Somebody's running it. Man.
It's no different than you know those old wind up clocks where you wind it up, but then they keep going. But somebody had to actually wind it up. You know, so it's no different than that. It's not sentient. It doesn't have a soul. You know, it doesn't think on its own. Doesn't have wisdom. It's programmed with all of the data that they feed to it.
Yeah, that's all it is. And it's ciphers.
I got something, and this is dealing with the money. So this is a quote from Benjamin Franklin, and it says that there is scarce a king in 100 who would not, if he could, follow the example of Pharaoh, get first all the people's money, then their lands, and then make them and their children servants forever. You know, so what we're seeing with these banking systems such as Cuba, all right, that is orchestrated. All right, even with the whole BRIC situation. Now, don't get me wrong. There's going to be a major war that happens between Russia, you know, China, Iran, you know, these Arab nations, you know, in the West, you know, they hate them. But when it comes down to these central banks are run and owned by the rich elite banking families. You know, so everything that you see happening with money becoming digital, you know, banks collapsing, they're behind all of that. You know, so they're orchestrating these problems, and they know that's the reason why, I believe it was a woman at the WEF, she said that we have to prepare for a more angrier world, you know, because they're orchestrating all of this. All right, this is what brothers have been preaching about when they said order ab chaos. All right, a precept I want to use to follow that is the book of Genesis, the 47th chapter, verse 16.
I was going to.
You can get it. I don't know where you was going to start. I was just going to hit that point.
I was just looking for it with the Egyptians.
Okay, is there a particular part you'd like me to start at?
Like where you started,
All right, and I'll start here. Verse 14, it says that Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought, and Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And similarly, today, all of the elites are buying up all of the gold. You know, they're buying up all of the gold and silver, and that's real money. When it comes down to the money that we use today, this isn't real money, and it's actually illegal according to their own constitution. It says, and when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread. For why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. And Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you your cattle if money fail. And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for the flocks, and for the cattle, and the herds, and for the asses. And he fed them with bread for all the cattle for that year. And when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year, and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent. My Lord also hath our herds and cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our lands. Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land, by us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. You know, and that's the point. Now, when you take it back up top, it says that money will fail, right? And when you go into that word for fail, the word there is H656, which is apas, and it says to cease, break, come to an end. And this is what we're witnessing. We're witnessing money coming to an end. And people are used to money being the currency that they use today, whether it be the paper dollars, the coins, or using, a bank card. But all of that is failing, just like it did in Cuba. So when people being used to that, and that's taken away from them, and that's the only way that they know to be able to eat, to be able to purchase the things that they need, to be able to pay rent, to be able to pay mortgage. A brother mentioned pay their car note. People are going to lose their minds. All right, they're going to turn on the government first, different leaders, but then they're going to turn in on each other.
I had a epiphany yesterday. The brother said about money. Somebody, I went to the store and I paid with cash and I received change. It was weird to have coins in my hand. That is weird. That's where they phased it off first. They phasing it down to the point where you don't even touch everything is a debit card or a credit card. And it's already been shown that, and it's already been said that these things are going to happen. So the phasing out is going to be always to that thing they want to put inside your hand, man. That makes, to give you your purchasing power. You about to purchase hell when you do that. You see that.
Yeah, this money failing and banking collapses, all of that is, like I said earlier, is being orchestrated. So it's like a Trojan horse, to bring in the CBDC system, and then the RFID, CHIP, and the brain CHIP. All right, so if money failed, then we got to come up with a solution, and that solution is going to be that CBDC system that they're going to implement, and then the RFID seal.
You got something else?
Oh, they're preparing, for the collapse. They're preparing for civil war. They're preparing for people to be in an uprising. There's a article that brothers are sending around and doing videos on by the People's Voice, and it says UN troops to be deployed across U.S. as Pentagon prepared for civil unrest. So why is the Pentagon preparing for civil unrest? What do they know that's coming? What do they know that's coming? So you can listen to Drake and Kendrick Lamar and the Beef and all of these rappers and whatever. All of that is merely a distraction. Yahweh Shai said, watch as well as pray. Really, the thing that's supposed to have your attention is these prophecies.
Pass the bullshit, Jake.
15 left.
Yeah, go ahead, yo. Then I got something after you.
I got two.
Okay, go ahead.
I got the book of Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6. It says, Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. And to pretty much land back off what the brother was saying, man, like a lot of people, they're gonna trust in this system and ultimately end up receiving that advice, man. You know, because they love this system. They pretty much love oppression. You know, but the men of the Lord, man, we hate this. We hate it here, man. And the second one I'm gonna grab the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, and verse 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." So yeah, man, you know, there's gonna be, you know, civil unrest and, you know, a civil war going on, man, in these various cities across the nation, man, because again, Babylon is falling, man. And we see it, you know, it's all a build up to, you know, this system collapsing.
Can you get 15 real quick? 15, I think 14. Where it said I will smite Egypt again with plagues. Because the Lord smote Egypt. He economically destroyed Egypt. He got rid of the cattle. He got rid of
The crop.
The things that
Fucked up the water.
Yeah,
Lice. All of Egypt's forms of finance.
yeah.
Because in the ancient world, it was more than just money and just
yeah.
gold. Animals, land, resources. It all got fucked off.
He destroyed all of it. And that's what the Lord's doing again. He's economically destroying America.
That's the reason why it says in Isaiah the 19th chapter.
That's
why
right.
Kendrick Street.
Yeah. Let him finish that. Get that, and then we get Isaiah 19.
Alright, and this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 11. It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof."
Yeah, and that's what the Lord is in the process of doing. It's a process. Egypt didn't fall overnight. It wasn't just, you know, you can read it in one day and just get through the destruction of Egypt.
In a chapter.
In a chapter. But that didn't happen in one day. It just wasn't like snap. It was a process. It was a process of time where Egypt fell. Same thing we're watching now. We're watching the process of the Lord destroying this modern day Egypt, aka Babylon the Great. We're watching it. It's literally happening for the plagues that were back then are all happening once again. The money is being corrupted, the cattle, the food. They're talking about getting rid of chicken. They said chicken's fucked up.
That's them trying to corner the food market so that they can control the people.
Bill Gates talking about a new chicken. KFC, no, not KFC. Chick-fil-A about to come out with a new chicken because there's a chicken shortage.
Chick on.
Shortage chicken. You know how fucking rapid chickens is made?
Chick on.
Yeah, chick on. Not chicken.
Yeah.
It's chick on. So that it's the same thing that happened back then.
Chicken-ish.
Chicken-ish. I got Isaiah. Where do you want me to start, Scum? I was gonna start at 1.
Okay, you just hit the point.
Okay. This is Isaiah.
Well, you can if you start at 1, that's cool because it speaks about the Egyptian against the Egyptian.
Yeah. What point did you want?
That's that civil unrest. Yeah, you can start at 1.
Okay, this is Isaiah 19 and verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And that's what the Lord is doing, dealing with, you know, these wars, these civil wars that's going to happen, these civil unrest. It's going to lead up to people fighting against one another. People. 2nd Ezra 15 says that there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. They're going to come, the people are going to get to a point, say, we got to do something.
Hey, check this out in the GNT real quick. This is Isaiah 19 and 2 in the GNT, the Good News Translation. The Lord says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt.
Oh, wow.
And turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other, and rival kings will struggle for power.
Yep. And you see that with the war wars, and then you're going to see that on a local level very soon. Cities and cities. Fucking Detroit versus Lincoln Park. They gonna be there's gonna be civil wars, man. To an extent that we've never seen. I've never seen a fucking civil war. That it's gonna be on a whole nother level. That's why the Heavenly Father is gonna have to intervene and protect his men. This verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. And we see that. The spirit of Egypt is failing.
America ain't America no
It's
more.
everyone's pissed at America. They're not happy.
America is pissed at America.
Yeah.
You know, people, the level of patriotism is at an all-time low. You know, people are not patriotic. And look, back when we lived on Jefferson, right? I was living with the brother you call. There's a building next to the building. Now, I never heard this quote anywhere else, but it's written on this old Navy building. It says that the best defense of a country is a well-trained citizenship patriotism. So that's the best defense of a country. But look, the people inside the country don't even want to go to war for this country. You got Ukraine, you know, that's snatching up people and throwing them on the front line. They're gonna have to do that shit here. Cause ain't nobody want to fight. Look at Gen Z. Gen Z is all bundle of
Gen
shit.
Z,
Man.
that's not even
You
Gen
know,
Z is through.
the men are skinny, they weak, not masculine.
Bitches ain't.
You know, but yeah, but the women are masculine. So guess what? They gonna take them and throw their ass on the front line too, and they gonna be there right with each other. Cause guess what? Keisha always liked being best friends with a Mo.
Go ahead.
You know.
Yeah, but Keisha handsome though.
You know, she handsome.
Precept.
Let me finish this. I got y'all.
So people are patriotic. You know, they're not down for America no more.
Nope.
Yeah, I would guarantee you that these Gen Z don't even know. They can't even quote the national anthem.
No.
Can't read a map.
Motherfuckers couldn't tell you. I remember as a little kid, they couldn't tell you. Every state in America has its own flag, has its own flower, has its own animal.
Yeah.
If you ask every motherfucker, I bet, you know, I'm from down south. I still, the blue bonnet and the longhorn cow. That's still, then I know what the flag, everybody knows that flag look like. These motherfuckers, they're not paid. You got that, Isaiah, already?
Yeah, I'm real.
Domingo, perverse spirit?
Which verse is it?
That's
That's further down. Okay,
I'm gonna-
fine.
let me
Okay,
read
deal,
three
yeah, deal
and
thing.
I'll give you the
Yeah,
fifth.
deal thing.
This is back in verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. So they're gonna seek to their gods, and their god's gonna have nothing to say.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. You
Yeah.
know, they're making sacrifices. You know, they're calling on these spirits. You know, they're calling on the spirit of America. So like, and trying to figure out what can they do to basically save this place, but there's nothing that they can do.
Nothing
It
can be
was
done.
verse.
Let me read
Yeah.
verse 3 in the GNT.
Okay, good.
All right, it says, "I am going to frustrate the plans of the Egyptians and destroy their morale.
Yeah.
They will ask their idols to help them, and they will go and consult mediums and ask the spirits of the dead for advice." So they're calling on their ancestors. Do you think niggas in Africa call on the ancestors? What about the ancestors? But hold on, wait. When presidents get elected, right? Because you got the election coming up, if there will be one. You got the election coming up, and the inauguration. Inaugurations goes back to Augur, you know? And basically what they do is they try to get all of that energy from the past presidents and put it inside of this new president, you know?
Precept.
Let me finish this. I hear y'all.
Negroes.
I got y'all. We only got a few minutes left. I'm gonna read this. It's a good chapter. But I'm gonna jump to verse 15. 14. And I'm gonna read verse 6 real quick. And it says, verse 5. And the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall waste and dry up. And they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of the fence shall be empty and dried up, and the reeds and the figs shall wither. So the Lord is withering this motherfucker. Just like when you see when it turns into fall, the trees and the leaves start withering. It's a process of that. The Lord is withering away America, slow, day by day, not even slow, but quickly. You know, we're here, so it seems like even now it seems fast.
The government, the infrastructure, the money.
Oh, the
You know,
construction that's going on is crazy. It's ridiculous. Nobody can get in it anywhere.
and this
Nobody.
country is behind in regards to construction. When you go to Japan, you know, or you go to different places in China, they're far behind in technology. They're far behind in advancements because these other countries, they use their money to build up their countries.
Yeah.
This country used their money on funding other nations, their allies, making military weapons, you know, paying other nations to fight proxy wars for them. So they're not using it on America like they should. You know, they're using it to beef up their military and to help their allies' military. They're paying NATO, they're paying Ukraine, they're paying Israel, you know.
I got you. What?
I think the precept on the process.
Go ahead.
Hang on.
Salaki, brother.
Who all has precepts left?
Kamar,
I got it.
these like this row right here.
All right, because it's about that time.
Yeah.
I now make it quick.
Then Kamar, then The Rock, and then.
I know you heard me.
Yes,
Make it
this
quick.
is Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 8. Nevertheless, even though thou sparest as men, didst send wasps and forerunners, and thy host to destroy them little by little, and not that thou was not able to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, or destroy them at once with cruel beasts or one rough word. But by executing thy judgment upon them little by little, thou gavest them a place of repentance, not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation, and they were malice was bred in them, and that their cogitation would never be changed. So the Most High destroyed the Canaanites that was in our land little by little, and he's doing that right now to America.
Kamar.
Jeremiah 51 and 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country, for judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. And Heavenly Father, it's that time. You know, Heavenly Father wants America gone. There's nothing none of you cool niggas can do about it. There's nothing Esau can do about it.
They got so many enemies. They can't even afford to stop spending, you know, on you know, militaries, you know, and funding their allies. You know, they got so many nations that hate them and want to destroy them that they can't even afford to do that. If they stop, you know, then it wouldn't be beneficial to them.
Go ahead, The Rock. And then
So they're not pouring that money into that infrastructure.
I believe the number one in infrastructure and technology is South Korea. I think for technology it's South Korea.
Motherfuckers, I think it's Japan. They
For
got
infrastructure.
they got fucking subways that come up out the ground,
Yeah.
and instead of being on top, it runs under. You know.
Go ahead, The Rock.
Job 18:5. Yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark, and his tabernacle and his candle shall be put out with them, because they're looking, you know, they get their power from the left hand side, and all that's going to be put off. It's not going to, that's not going to work for them no more. Okay, the step of his strength shall be strengthened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. And his own counsel, it's all, you know, the back door, who he dealing with, they're gonna cast him down. You know, that's why you got Russia. You know, them is people, that's Edom, Esau, Edom. They all gonna come against him. You know, NATO and the EU. This place, Babylon the Great, can't be healed. She's done. AKA America.
Sound like poetry.
Go ahead, Do
Yeah, straight to the point. Second Ezra chapter 15 verses 18, because of thy pride of the city, they shall be troubled in the houses, shall be destroyed, and man shall be after. Afraid. So yeah, you know, these Americans here that don't know what the hell's going on. Hey, it's gonna be trouble for a lot of them. That's not in the spirit, you know, mainly our people. So it's it's about to come.
This is Isaiah 19 and verse 14, and the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggers in his vomit. So that's where we are with America. As a drunken man in his own vomit, staggering around, loose footing, drunk, don't know what's going on, falling over, don't know how he fell over.
Don't know what the hell he
Don't know what he fucking talking about. Raging. I'm talking about my coworker.
He's saying any
Insane, just running, just fucking insane. That's America right now. But with that, Lord, we hope this lesson was edifying. We want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to all elect. With that, shalom.
Shalom.